Hey, greetings. Today is the September 12th, the day after September 11th, day to live in infamy, the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Today is my first video that I'm making for Grubdasher. It's mostly about my adventures in doing DoorDash. I put DoorDash first because that's the one I started with, and now Grubhub. So yesterday I did about 6 Grubhub deliveries, and I've done over 292. I should play that number. 292 DoorDash deliveries. Find it to be enjoyable. I also do Uber, not Uber Eats, Uber Driver in New York City, which is a privilege, I guess. It's hard to get into the program because in New York City, Uber is governed by the TLC, which stands for the Taxi and Limousine Commission. So in order to do Uber in New York City, you have to have your standard driver's license, insurances, but your car also has to have a whole bunch of stickers, TLC plates. You have to have a certain license. I think you have to upgrade your license to whatever it is. I have a commercial license, so I didn't have to worry about that. And also, what else? You have to have a hack license, which allows you to drive a cab in New York City. And in my case, a delivery car, or they call it a black car in New York City. Don't ask me why. I had to look that up. In doing this video, I see I've gained a lot of weight. I lost a lot of weight, and I'm gaining it right back. So we got to work on that. So it's a good thing I'm doing this. But I find myself anyway. I'm digressing a little bit. I'm enjoying actually doing DoorDash and Grubhub, the deliveries, instead of carrying passengers in my car. Now, I've never had a problem with them. They've all been great and wonderful. But it's always so stressful when you have somebody in the car that you don't know. I find it a little stressful, and you got to be extra careful and all that stuff. And with mostly food deliveries, I don't have to worry about that. All of my deliveries, the 292 plus 6, which is 298 in total deliveries, have all been food except for once. I had a shop and go. I think you call it order with DoorDash. I use this card. I don't know if you see the number. I use this card to do shopping with it. I had to do that twice actually. Right, they were both, one with dog food, a big bag of dog food that I had to bring from Yonkers. And I'll explain to you the second why I go to Yonkers. Yonkers down to the Bronx, New York. And the second one was cat food that I bought from Yonkers on the east side to the west part of Yonkers, which is a long drive. So I don't do DoorDash, and in this case Grubhub, in New York City usually. I've done the Bronx a few times because I don't want to have to fight for my life with the crime that's going on. Now, mostly, you know, I'm not exaggerating. I'm exaggerating a little bit. It's not that bad. You probably will be all right, but I'm not going to take that chance. Anyway, with DoorDash, it's kind of hard to get on in the Bronx because they have so many people, mostly on electric bikes, electric scooters, that are handling that. There's really not a need for cars. And for me to go into, I'm talking about, when I say New York City now, I'm talking about Manhattan. For me to go into Manhattan, you know, it's a mess. Find a space, double park, you come back downstairs, and you have a summons on your car, you know, a ticket. And you just wasted your whole day because now you have to pay that summons, that ticket. So I haven't touched Manhattan. Now, when I do Uber Drive, of course, I don't have that problem. As a matter of fact, one advantage I have being Uber Driver in New York City, they have certain places that are parking areas. It's called a taxi stand, or in my case, I forgot what you call it, but it's a stand for livery cars. And you can, so a lot of times when other people can't find regular parking, you can park there for free, and it's usually up to an hour to go use the bathroom, what have you. And if you have a map, there's certain places around Manhattan where you know where those stands are. So I could probably get away with doing DoorDash, but it's so super saturated in there, and it's not even worth it, the risk, because these taxi stands aren't everywhere. All right. Anyway, thank you for looking at this channel. I hope to get subscribers. I have another channel, I won't mention it, but I noticed that I was getting views. I was doing these shorts and I was getting good hits. I was at the Yankee Stadium and I got good hits on that, and other videos I made. I was getting 1,000 views from these, over almost 2,000 views on some of them. But I noticed I started putting playlists on for a lot of controversial things, and I'm not getting that anymore. And I'm saying, is my content boring? They didn't find it boring in the beginning, and it was basically the same. I would just put on usual things which I would see, but also I had playlists that had some things that may offend people, so maybe that's why YouTube or artificial intelligence, I was looking at it, they didn't like that stuff, so they started, seems like they stopped. It could be my imagination. It seems like they stopped sending viewers my way, or stopped advertising my channel. So I started this one. I watch other DoorDash people like Nugs. Nugs is like my favorite. Shout out Nugs, I hope you see this. Young man, you know, as you can see, I'm an older guy. I'm also a heavy older guy. I got to lose this weight. I don't like what I'm looking at. And I think another guy, I probably don't know the exact name, his name is Santiago DoorDash. He's cool. He's out of that art city. There's an arts there. I forgot. I'm slowing down in my old age. But he's pretty cool. He says no tip, no trip. And I understand. And both of them, and plus others that I see, I'll mention them in other videos. There's a guy that doesn't, it seems like he doesn't care for DoorDash Santiago. He's always going like against him. He calls him out his name and all that. You know, I'm not trying to get in between that. I'm just saying what I heard. So because his other, and I wish I had his name on the tip of my tongue. I like his channel. I think he takes like just about every trip. And whereas DoorDash Santiago, please forgive me, sir. Shout out to you and your opponent, I guess, too. Santiago has a more, he's more selective about what he'll pick up. You know, like if he's making 50 cents a mile, he won't take it, for example. And he says he does well that way. He has a couple thousand rides, if I remember. And Nugs is just like it's like a video diary, a vlog, but he's comical. Sound effects. He brings along his girlfriend. Shout out to her. Shout out girlfriend of Nugs. I'm bad with names. I'll remember your face forever, but I'm bad with names, so forgive me, those that I mentioned. So he's amusing. He's fun to look at. They're all fun to look at, and they're all educational. But Nugs has a little humor, which I like. Young guy. And I remember his story. He worked at Wendy's, and for a little bit of money, and he had a lot of responsibility. I gotta take this hat off. Ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it on for now. So he was cool. Who else? I'm trying to think of. There's another person. Oh, there's a female DoorDasher, just for description purpose only, a female. And I remember watching her video, and it's supposed to be an informational video, but I noticed that when she started with singing. She wasn't really telling. Pretty girl, pretty young lady. But she started singing and didn't really learn anything. And I made a comment about it, but I wasn't being insulted. I just said that I responded to another person commented about this young lady that was singing, and I said she sings a lot. She's pretty and she sings a lot, something like that. But you know, you're really not learning anything. And another person responded back to me, "You're making fun of her." I responded back to that person. So I wasn't really making fun of her. I just said she sings a lot. But the title was more like this is going to be an informational video. But basically, we're listening to her sing and do her trips. So Anyway, she's doing something. Let me do something. Let me try to get out there and make this informational and not boring and not political. I'm gonna stay away from that stuff because that is a site destroyer. Because I was doing great. I thought I was gonna be on my way, and I'm still gonna put stuff on that other channel. Maybe I'll advertise it later, or maybe I won't. But they shut me down. It's like, you know, it seems like YouTube shut me down. No problem, YouTube. I've learned my lesson, and I'm going to be good from here on in, at least on this channel. Okay. So my name is Anthony. I'm the Grubdasher. This site used to be called Rain Thy Nation. I changed it all together. Instead of having all these different channels, I have two. This is going to probably be my main one. So have a good day to you grubbers. Is that what you call grubbers? I know you call DoorDash people dashers. What do you call hub drivers? You call them grubbers? I say call them grubbers. Somebody correct me on that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy and have a great day, everybody. Be safe, whatever you do. Later.